Okay, so here's how you build a renewal system with AI and Daeda MCP. So I'm going to fire off this prompt here, and you can see in this portal, I want to build a renewal system for deals. We have one type of deal that has a 1-year term. 60 days before the term is over, our salespeople need to create new deals and then call up the clients. And we want to organize and automate this as much as possible. What do you recommend? And you can see that I have codecs here. The GPT is going and using the Daeda Pro MCP to grab data from the portal. You can see it's already discovered that there is a renewals deal pipeline, so it's going to reuse that. And you can see in about 30 seconds it's come up with a plan. So what does it say? It says, it wants to add some deal properties like contract start, end date, renewal eligible, created, create date outcome. Sounds good. And it's going to trigger renewals from the contract end date using a deal-based workflow. So it's going to build a workflow, add some properties, reuse the pipeline. That makes a lot of sense. I'm going to say, can we use custom code actions in the workflows, calculate for appropriate dates? And it says yes. What it's going to do is it's going to use it if the native properties cannot express the date logic cleanly. Like deriving the contract end date, handling odd terms, and all that kind of stuff. Cool, so I'm going to ask, fantastic, let's create right plan to implement this system, properties and workflows, using custom code for the date calculation. Validate and submit it. You can see that worked for 4 minutes. We can come to our right plans, refresh. We can see the plan here, the implement the annual deal renewal system. And in the Daeda MCP app, we can review this. We can see it's going to create 9 properties and 2 workflows. So we're going to hit execute. And you can see everything was successful. So we can check out a property, the renewal deal trigger date. And we can say, did that create it? Yep, it's created it. It's a date picker, everything that you would expect, right? Obviously the big things are the workflows. So let's go take a look at those. And you can see for this one, we have the calculate dates from contract end. So if a renewal eligible is equal to true and the contract end date is known, it's going to go through this custom code, right? It's going to take in the contract end date and the deal name, and it's going to do some calculation, and it's going to return the renewal trigger date, the renew deal close date, and the renewal deal name. And then what it's going to do is it's going to set those to the outcomes of the custom code. Right, the renewal trigger date here. And it's basically going to fill out that record. It's going to stamp it with all the data it needs when a contract ends. And then you can see with this one, the renewals create renewal deal and task. So if something is eligible, if the renewal created is equal to false, so if it hasn't created a renewal and the renewal trigger date is known, it's going to delay until the renewal trigger date. And then it's going to branch, right? So if the trigger date has already passed, it's going to say it was created. And if it is the trigger date, it's going to create a new deal, right? It's going to create it in the renewals pipeline. It's going to create it in the correct stage. It's going to create a task to call the client. And then it's going to set it to it's created, and it's going to change the outcome depending. So you can see there, it's a simple version of a renewal system, but it's still a decently complicated system. We managed to get it together in about 8 minutes with 2 button presses, right? We renewed the deal, we looked at the deal, we reviewed the deal, and then we executed it. And that is what you can achieve with the Daeda MCP.